a section. With the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm an 88 pack nigga, woof. I'm an 88 pack nigga, woof. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Lightweight, baby. Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to have a conversation. I tell you, a lot of this stuff I don't go looking for. It just comes across my virtual desk. So I'm going to discuss what came across my virtual desk, and I'll give my opinion on it. Let's do this roll call real quick. Andrew Gray, Dial Big G, Shawa, salute my sis. G McCall, Anwar Willis, Eric H, Eric Jordan. 2 Erics back to back. Look at that. It's good luck. Big Block, Black Alpha, Razor, Chilltown Majors, the Sensei, Stormy B-Man. I saw you premiere. See what I'm saying, bro? This reminds me of something. Robert Singleton, Dill Spooley, Tay D, Macadose, Mac of the South, my fam. What up, man? Oh, yeah? Be careful out there, good brother. Todd Swindle, Beezy, what up? CT Fat Boy, Big Texas in the building. Shogun, Hen Dog, my brother 503 Line in the building. ES, Mr. Shelton in the building. What's good, bro? Kevin Dunbar, DJ 7 for Life. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if y'all read this. Deli Day, what up? How you feel? I don't know if y'all read about this. I don't know if y'all saw this guy, Michael Benson's tweet or whatever it is. But of course, people send me stuff. You know, people call me with these things and I go read it for myself. And, you know, it's boxing. It's a conversation. So let's talk about what allegedly happened. Gio James, salute. Let's talk about what allegedly happened. According to this guy, Michael Benson, Jai Opetaia has reportedly left Tyson Fury's training camp for the Alexander Usyk fight after sparring just 5 rounds with him. It's reported that this is because there was a lack of orthodox sparring in Fury's camp. I'm going to leave that there for a second. Mr. Blap, salute. I'm going to leave that there for a second. Now, when you first read it, it sounds like nothing. But let me ask you guys a question. Why do you think, I'm just asking your opinion because I know nothing other than what I'm reading. Let me just point that out. There are no moles to my knowledge in Fury's camp. All right. Unscripted Virtuoso, salute. So I only know this. You know, I didn't care about what's going on in this camp. I don't care. I didn't care. But let me ask you guys, why do you think they even ran out and got Jai Opetaia to participate in Tyson Fury's camp? Why do you think they did that? Why do you think they did that? Y'all let me know what What y'all? Why do you think they ran out and got him? He fought on the Day of Reckoning undercard. You know, he got a stoppage. You know, this guy's the truth. In fact, Stormy B-Man put me on to him. And I did some homework, and I said, yo, this guy's it's pretty damn good, man. He's pretty damn good. He went to Jeff Spark, my brother. What up? He chose to get a payday and sacrificed his belt. But he said, you know, look, I had to do this, man. I had to do this. You know, whatever money he was making, I'm willing to bet that whatever sanctioning fee that he was paying for that belt he had, really didn't care, because he said, man, I got to get on this card, man. If you're going to strip me of this belt, I'm good. I'll get it back. And these sanctioning bodies didn't even extend him the courtesy. Imagine that. If you go over to Saudi and fight, we're going to take our belt back. Yeah. And I won't pay you that damn sanctioning fee for whatever amount of money it is. You take it. I'll get back in the rankings, and whoever has the belt, they become an email champion, since that term is so famous now. And Jai is saying, hey man, I'll get it back, man. I'm not concerned about that. I can't not be on this card. And he did it. No one's calling him a duck. He's not ducking. It's mandatory or whatever the hell. Oh, I don't know, 503. I don't know who he signed to. I have no idea. Y'all got to educate me on that. I don't know. I know that this dude's a southpaw, and he's a problem. He stands at 6'2", Australian. You know, he's a Samoan, I believe. And he's a problem. He's cruiserweight. 24 wins, 19 knockouts, no losses, no draws. This guy is a problem. This guy is a problem. And I know cruiserweights don't get that much shine, but this guy's a freaking animal. Took the jab, salute. Mo Boxing in the building. This guy is an animal. So he sparred 5 rounds with Fury. And he was asked to leave because of lack of orthodox sparring. Let me ask y'all a question. Is Alexander Usyk orthodox? You know, the last time we heard of a sparring partner beating the shit out of Tyson Fury, they closed the whole camp and said everybody had COVID and sent everybody home. The funniest part about that was there was a UFC event that weekend, and who shows up at the UFC event with no fucking mask? Joseph Parker. He threw a mic in his face and said, man, good to see you. He said, yeah, good to see you guys too. He says, yeah, thought you had COVID. He was like, what? They said, yeah, you was in Fury's camp and y'all all had COVID and everyone went home. I'm sorry? Five rounds? MP.
What the fuck?
Salute. 704 Joe. Terrence Bailey. You know, Queen, I think that's the translation. The difficulty is, you know, what happens in Sparring, what happens in camp stays in camp. Rod Neal, Ratchet 91, salute. Yeah, Shawa, I believe so. You see, Mitchell Show, what up? You see, allegedly, Jared Anderson was whooping his ass too. Allegedly. Don't know, I was there, but I heard about that before it made the news. I heard he was beating Tyson Fury's ass all over the ring. I heard he dropped him in the ring. I heard he knocked him out standing up, like one of those. Next thing you know, they're like, yo, close camp. We got to juice up. They closed camp. And here's why I say he got to juice up. Salute, sis. They closed camp. They should have just closed camp, but what they did was we was coming fresh off the pandemic. They closed camp and they said COVID came through the camp. That's what they said. And we was like, oh, that's messed up. Hope no one dies, because at the time we were still kind of like uneducated about it. And if you had COVID, it was pretty much borderline a death sentence. Closed camp. Everybody went home. Then we started hearing about Jared Anderson whooping his ass. Two things we found out. Joseph Parker didn't have COVID. And that's his friend in real life. MJ Total Health and Wellness, salute. We was like, okay, that's shady. He shows up at the UFC event. I ain't got COVID. All right. He was all over his goddamn Instagram. I followed him on Instagram. Now the man don't have COVID. I said, all right. All right. Then Big Baby Anderson starts trolling on his Twitter. We're like, yo, first of all, are you okay? What are you talking about? Everyone got COVID. You got COVID? And he's playing games with the answers. He's playing games with the answers. He was like, yo, no, we just asking. We heard you was whooping his ass. We're not asking that. We heard the camp has COVID. Do you have COVID? And he on Twitter with making faces like, I'm like, man, I hate this kid. We're not asking if you was whooping his ass. We heard about that. We're asking, do you have COVID? Well, the answer was no. See, I started suspecting that kid was an asshole back then. I'm like, we're not asking about what happened in Sparring. We're asking, do you have COVID? He wouldn't even talk about that. How the fuck do you sign? People were saying, well, maybe he signed a non-disclosure agreement to not say what's going on in the camp. That has nothing to do with people getting sick and potentially dying. And he was being a dick about that. So I said, man, fuck this kid, man. So the word was he was whooping his ass. And they said, oh, well, you know, he got COVID. Yeah, right, he had COVID, right? He's at a car dealership. Sam Max, salute. It is Sports Talk. He's at a car dealership buying cars he's seen in public, no mask. He's walking through the casino, taking pictures with people. I said, I don't look like he got COVID, man. Gets on a plane, goes back to the UK to see his sick child. They postpone the fight months. People lost money. Comes back. They changed the referee 4 days before the main event, and he gets injections in his elbow. But nothing to see here, right? Nothing to see here. So that whole thing, there was a lot of monkey shit going on, a lot of monkey business. So that was the last time we heard anything about him having an issue. Now, they didn't say there was an issue this time. But why would you invite Opetaia, who's a southpaw, to your camp, and after 5 rounds, you remove him, right? You remove him, And they say it's because of lack of orthodox sparring. Excuse me. Excuse me. Y'all ain't see, could you put in the chat why that doesn't make any sense? Put in the chat, let me see who's paying attention. The OG Mr. Mark, salute to you in that super chat. He says, if Fury's having trouble in sparring, Usyk better be concerned. He'll get ready in another way. His dealer and glove guy gonna see to it. And I agree. But you know what, Mr. Mont? You know what the difficulty is? The difficulty is the fight's happening in Saudi. And if this fat motherfucker comes into that ring and all of a sudden he has knockout power and floppy gloves and them shits look deflated, the Saudis will be just as suspect as the rest of the world. So here's what I'm saying to you guys. I think, see, the best sparring in the world you can get to face Usyk is Opetaia, the undefeated champion at cruiserweight. That's the best sparring you can get. You put him out because of lack of orthodox. You put everybody else out before you put him out. Why would you put him out? Huh? He's the best cruiserweight in the world. And you put him out after 5 rounds? Man, listen. That. Ja was whooping on him. Ja was whooping on him. I don't know how many sparring partners he had. Ja was whooping on him. Rick Blackwell, salute. That's what I suspect. Ja was whooping on him. You can't make sense of this. You're the heavyweight champion in the world. You're supposed to pay for top sparring. Like I said, the word was Jared Anderson was whooping on his ass so bad that they said, no. You can't go into this third fight like this. Close the camp. We need our juice. Now, word on the street is the Saudis don't play that. That's the word on the block. Messenger, what up? Let me put this up here because no one wants to say this. No one wants to say this. I'll say it. Wilder ruined this man. You're fighting in Saudi now. Word on the street is all that juicing you've been doing, you can't get away with it down there. You put out Opetaia in your camp. He was getting his ass whooped. That's what I suspect. That's not what's coming out, but I suspect that. Because you're right, Mo. This ain't the first time I heard of him getting his ass tore up in sparring. Pause. No, not pause, because he gets down like that. He's getting his ass scratched in London. Mo G, what up? You're about to fight the best, the former undisputed cruiserweight, now unified champion in Alexander Usyk. You need great sparring. You ran out and got a southpaw, the best in the world. And in 5 rounds, you put him out. This doesn't sound suspect to you? I'm just asking y'all. This ain't no hate, but we've seen this before. So I'm asking you, why would you put out Opetaia? This don't sound strange? And here's a fun fact. Here's a fun fact. Fury don't really do too well with smaller guys. I'm sorry, let me be clear. Smaller guys with good foot movement and decent power. I'm gonna have a guest on here soon. One of the guys that Fury cheated. More on that later. But he actually knocked Fury on his ass, too. So here you have a 6'2" cruiserweight, specifically brought in to get him ready for Usyk, and after 5 rounds, you send him home? I want to know what happened. I want to know what happened. I will be reaching out to Opetaia. I want to know. And look, there's ways you can ask questions and get people talking without them releasing what happened in sparring. Rod Neal in that super chat, he says, that's like when Errol was whipping Floyd in sparring before the Guerrero fight. And Floyd kicked him out. At least he had some sense to bring Errol back. Yup. I heard about that before we even knew Errol's name. They said, yo, some kid was in there whooping on Floyd. I said, huh? I said, yeah. Some kid was in there whooping on Floyd. That shit happens. That shit happens, man. It really does. Your favorite fighter, more than likely got his ass whooped at some point in sparring. Healer, salute. Yup. Stormy B-Man says, sorry, but Fury was ruined before Wilder. That's why he refused the Klitschko rematch and ballooned up to over 400 pounds. Wilder gave life to an inanimate, obese object. True story. Tyson Fury has existed off of habitual drug use, PEDs. That's been proven. And faulty equipment backed by white privilege and an Irish mobster who's still on the run. I'm not lying. Was he not kicked out of the sport? Was it, eating meat from an uncastrated boar? Purchased from a farmer. Come to find out they didn't pay the farmer. He says, man, I don't even have boars on my farm, man. These guys said they were gonna pay me just to say that. They never paid me. Remember all of that? That happened, y'all. That happened. I said, oh, okay. Dwayne Price, salute. That actually happened. Nicholas Levy, salute. So I'm from the thought, True Boxer Night, salute. I'm with the thought process that I think Jai was whooping his ass. And they said, nope, we can't do this. We can't do this. We can't do this, not with him. This guy's gonna ruin us before the goddamn fight. Put him out. And it made the news. So since it made the news, I can talk about it. Mo Boxing, Martin Carefoot is missing. I didn't know he was missing. He retracted his statement in, I guess it wasn't a lawsuit, but he just said, fuck it, I don't even want the money or whatever. I remember he backed off. Martin Carefoot is missing? He's missing? Martin Carefoot's missing? Man, you know what, man? All right. Todd French says, laugh out loudly. Fury out here getting the flu. The flu plots put on him. Yo, bro. Listen, it made perfect sense to get Jai Opetaia. You're supposed to roll out the red carpet for that guy. He's supposed to get you ready for Usyk. 5 rounds, you put him out the damn camp for what? What happened? What happened? Y'all believe that? Lack of orthodox fighters? What? This makes sense to you? Does this make sense? Ahmed Salah says Ja already explained it. He also asks, where is Wilder ducking Zhang? Where is Wilder duck? Is English your 4th language? Because you're pretty bright if you're speaking English and it's your 4th or 5th language. I salute you for that. But you can get out my chat now. Goodbye. We're not talking about Deontay Wilder, the people's champion that's drug-free, that doesn't use faulty equipment. We're not talking about him. We're talking about why Jai Opetaia was thrown out of Fury's camp. And if you can't stick to the topic, you can watch from the sidelines. So, you know.
Not today.
Yeah, so. Bye-bye. Thank you, Robert. And that's how you handle it. Akil Vibe, salute. Marco, what's going on?
Not today.
No, not today. Salute to Dikembe Mutombo.
I hate that they stopped that. Remember they told him he couldn't do that, or he had to
Yeah,
do it
that
at
was
the audience.
Yeah, the pussification. You know, his finger waving was hurting people's feelings at home. And it's like, oh, you can't do that no more. So stupid. That's why I don't watch the NBA anymore. Goofballs, man.
Yeah.
Remember Xavier McDaniels?
Of course.
You remember he used to dunk on you and just stare at you in your face?
Sean Kemp, he would dunk on you and do one of these while you're on the floor.
Sean Kemp dunked on Chris Gatlin and hung on the rim and grabbed his balls.
Yeah.
Yeah, he grabbed his balls. He knocked Chris Gatlin on the floor, hung on the rim, and grabbed his nuts. He dunked on him like twice.
Remember when Pippen threw it down on Ewing and just stood on top of him with his nuts in his face, and Ewing got
man. I miss those fucking days, man. Trash talking. Come on, bring that game back. Trey Will in the building. Salute.
They personified it, the league.
Personified the league, man.
Personified, yep.
Cadillac Red, salute, good brother.
What's up, Stormy? Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, man.
We're trying to figure out why was Jai Opetaia removed from Tyson Fury's camp after 5 rounds.
I don't know much about him. He's apparently a really hard puncher, right?
He stands 6'2". He's undefeated at cruiserweight. Let me see. He got
He's a cruiser. Okay.
He's 24 wins, 19 knockouts, and he's not a joke. He's not a joke. He's for real, and he's top tier. And they brought him into camp, and after 5 rounds, he was removed from the camp. And the only reason why this is news is because they spoke about it. See, I would have known that, have it wasn't spoken about. That's number one. Number two, I think at this point, that's like the best sparring you can get to prepare you for Alexander Usyk. This guy's a southpaw.
And he's a cruiser. So he's like a small.
He's a cruiserweight. Why would you remove him?
Did you see my video I just put out of Better Bia than Usyk fighting in the amateurs?
Yes.
That was dope. I was like, but Usyk again went down from a body shot.
Mm-hmm.
In that clip, went down from a body shot.
Yep.
Damn.
I'm telling you, Usyk got some. I think Dubois he made a point, man. Dubois, I ain't gonna get it.
I saw a clip of Dubois hitting the hand pads. It was like boom, boom, boom. He could punch.
The kid is for real. I'm shocked that his career made that little turn that it did. I'm a little surprised. Like, wow, it's the heart, probably, man. I think those losses, he may have learned something. Hopefully, he gets it together because we picked him next up. We did. We said this kid Dubois, he got to be next up. And then Joe Joyce made him run into a jab all night, and I was like, what the fuck's going on here? He can't make no adjustments. It was crazy. Todd French in that super chat. He said, salute to Marco and the Druth. # lightweight. Salute, bro. Eric Jordan in that super chat. He said the power of the ninja sword got Fury shit in his boots. Yep.
I mean, you even though you don't like Fury, you agree that you think Fury is gonna beat Usyk, right?
I don't think that anymore. I
No?
don't.
Give power to my nigga sword!
There's a G. I hear the G. I don't get why there's a G being sounded out, but you hear it.
Deep free was good.
Maybe it's the power of suggestion because you have it written. I don't know.
Sure, Will, what up? Now, I don't know. I don't know what happened. We just speculating. But I don't think Fury's gonna beat Usyk at this point now. And I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
People like to say that Fury ruined Wilder. All right. Y'all want to play that? Y'all can play that. How did Fury look versus Ngannou?
Yeah. The only reason why I don't think that's relevant is because Usyk is all the advantages Ngannou had over Fury. Usyk doesn't have any of those, so that's why I don't think it's. But if Fury doesn't take it seriously, or if he thinks, "Oh, this guy's a middleweight," we might be in for a problem.
It's he has to take it serious. He has to take it serious.
It's undisputed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now he's getting in shape. And he's invited the best cruiserweight, in my opinion, or at least me and Stormy's opinion, the best cruiserweight in the world to your camp, who's also a southpaw. It doesn't get any better than that, unless there's somebody else there that we don't know about.
But let me ask you real quick. You talked about Ngannou, and I'm just curious. I know this isn't the topic, but Ngannou versus Joshua. Remove your hatred for Joshua. What do you think happens?
AJ's gonna beat him.
I think so too.
AJ's gonna beat him. Look, man. We've learned two things. We've learned that Fury is not that good. That's what it is. I don't want to hear Ngannou's that good and Fury didn't take him serious. I'm not playing that.
Because Joshua's strong, he's his size, you know what I'm saying? He's all that. But
I think that Joshua's gonna knock Ngannou out on the inside. He's gonna catch him with a counter. Remember how he dropped Andy Ruiz in the first round?
Yes. Oof,
that's how he's gonna get Ngannou.
That was
just like that.
But
just like that.
But what happens when Ngannou, if and probably will at least once or twice land one of those shots and test it?
Hold on. Mr. Shelton, what? What's that? What?
Not your channels. Two channels, I think he means.
Yo, hit my line after the show. What the fuck? That's some new level of schmuckery. Yo, Marco, there's a channel on here.
Uh-huh.
I can't give him a wrench.
Huh.
Anthony Jones.
I wonder why.
I highlight his name and go to put a wrench. There's no wrench. There's no add moderator there. It's not there for him.
Weird.
What the fuck? Bro. Steve L, salute. This is different, man. Different. So,
we were saying about Fury and Ngannou. And I was saying to you, what happens if Ngannou, not if, when, he tests this? That's the question.
What if he what?
What happens when he tests that chin on AJ? That's it.
He's gonna have to get close to AJ, and I'm not sure if he has the tools, unless he has unless he has a gear that I haven't seen yet, to jab to get on the inside. And what's waiting for him on the inside with AJ is sharp hooks and uppercuts. And I don't know if he's equipped to be defensively. I don't know if he's defensively responsible enough to avoid that because he's not a boxer.
He's a pure counterpuncher though, Ngannou. We saw unless he switches that up against AJ, against Fury, he just waited.
Man, unless he can grab AJ in a tie clinch and get him in the knee, AJ's gonna beat that man's ass.
I just think that Ngannou at one point is going to put his head down and swing at the exact same time as AJ, and one of his shots are going to land, and what's going to happen?
Yeah, I think AJ's too sharp. AJ's sharp on the inside. I'll say that. For a guy his size, he's very sharp on the inside. I'm not sure unless Ngannou has a skill set that we haven't seen yet. I'm not sure if he's equipped for that. I'm not sure. Stormy B-Man in that super chat, he says, answer this question, fellas.
Okay.
Is Usyk the best fighter Fury has ever faced? Answer that and know who will win.
Well, that's a two-part question because, or a two-part answer, or a varying answer is a better way to put it. Wilder could have arguably been the best fighter he faced because Wilder at that point was so dangerous, right? Very different. Usyk's a boxer, he moves, blah, blah, southpaw, all that. Wilder is just pure power. So what's more dangerous? One punch knockout or a dude who could box your socks off?
Outside of Deontay Wilder, who is his best opponent?
Now it's Usyk for sure.
Right.
By far.
Usyk's coming into this fight undefeated on a win streak. Regardless of what happened, how we feel about what happened with Daniel Dubois. One thing I'll give Usyk is that the man knows how to win. Has Tyson Fury, right? Because according to the world, Deontay can't box, right? Which is absolute nonsense. He's now facing one of the best boxers in that weight division.
Yeah,
you got to catch Usyk, and I even think that his pop at heavyweight is a bit underrated.
How can you say that Usyk is better than a guy who at that time knocked out every single person he faced?
Because he's dangerous on a different level.
But how can you say he's better than Wilder?
No. I'm not saying that because you know why? Usyk ducked Deontay.
But yeah, so
I'm not saying he's better, but everyone else is saying that Deontay can't box. So with that logic, using that logic, I can say, okay. So now they're saying that Usyk is better than Deontay. That's what they've said because Deontay allegedly can't box. So now that makes Usyk Fury's biggest challenge.
But that's why boxing.
And he's throwing Jai Opetaia out his fucking camp after 5 rounds.
That's why boxing has so many layers. Because Wilder is more dangerous, is way bigger of a threat to Fury because boxing is about styles than Usyk is, in my opinion. I think Wilder's a way bigger threat. Was a way bigger threat.
I think Fury's going to have to close the distance with Usyk. And I'm not sure this version of Fury that's going to be drug-free, corruption-free, okay? This shit that we saw with Ngannou, that was unexpected. This version of Fury, in my opinion, that was Tyson Fury that we saw against Ngannou. Drug-free, tight gloves, no floppy gloves, no bullshit with the refs, no bullshit with the judges. Daniel Kinahan's not in the mix. None of that shit. That was really Tyson Fury. That version of Tyson Fury that we saw cannot beat Alexander Usyk. 5 rounds, and they put Opetaia out the camp. What happened? And I know that he explained it. I didn't read it yet.
Oh, I was going to say, what did he say happened?
I don't know. Some fool was just in here talking about that and then went right at the Wilder. You see, you guys are babies. You guys are babies. All right. And look, if you don't want to talk about the topic, if you don't want to talk about what we're talking about, then leave. Stop being a baby. You could have probably hung out for a minute. I could have probably had a conversation with you.
Yep.
But every time we point out a discrepancy in Tyson Fury, you want to break the Deontay Wilder glass. Y'all like saying Deontay Wilder was ruined by Fury? Fine, you want to go with that logic? Fury was also in that ring and got dropped several times in those fights. Oh, but he beat Dillian White after that. Well, Deontay came back, had a first-round knockout against Robert Helenius. Oh, but he lost against Parker. Well, people say that this guy lost to Francis Ngannou. So if you can say that Deontay Wilder lost something versus Fury, we can clearly say that about Fury too. We can clearly say that. Because he's throwing a cruiserweight, the best cruiserweight in the world, in my opinion, out of the damn camp after 5 rounds of work. What happened? You tell me what happened. Because if he was whooping on Opetaia's ass, and his people said, yo, look, man, you can't do this. You have a whole career ahead of you. The champ is going to beat your ass. No, they removed him because of lack of orthodox fighting. Opetaia is a southpaw, so is Usyk. That's the best sparring you can get on paper, unless there's something we don't know. That's why I'm asking. I'm asking, what do y'all think? Because the last time we heard of someone whooping on Fury's ass, they killed the whole camp and postponed the Wilder 3 fight. And that was Big Baby Anderson. And it's only because they said we closed the camp, not due to sparring, but due to COVID. And then we went around asking people, yo, you got COVID? You all right? Joseph Parker's at the UFC fight in Vegas. Yo, don't you got COVID? He said, no. Wait a minute. I thought he said everyone had COVID. And not only did everyone have COVID, they got on a plane and flew back to the UK. So when we asked Jared Anderson, yo, what happened? Do you have COVID? No. I thought everyone in the camp had COVID. And then he just started talking this circus shit. I ain't like that kid from back then. I said, man, just answer the fucking question, you big baby. Just answer the fucking question. I swear to God, that kid better win every fight moving forward. Man, I don't like that kid. I don't like that kid. That right there, I was like, man, this kid is a fucking bozo. I don't like that kid. He had a big character flaw, and lo and behold, what do we know? He got a fucking security animal, and he walks around his house with a blanket like Linus from fucking the Peanuts and shit. He wins fights and cries on his mother's bosom. I'm like, what is wrong with this kid? Oh, I'm sorry. Big baby. Got it. Fuck out of here, man. Tay, she says, can I say this? AJ should not clinch with Ngannou. It's going to remain MMA. It's going to remain of MMA and get the underhook and pop him with the underhook. Yeah. That's what AJ should not do. Don't clinch with Francis. Because he's going to see some shit. He might get hip thrown. And that's one way Ngannou will avoid that sharp uppercut. He's gonna clinch him up, and he won't be able to. He'll be sitting there like, I can't move my fucking arms. What do I do? Yes, I agree. But I don't think that AJ will lose to Francis. And I'm gonna tell you something. If you get Francis out of there fairly early and easy, I'm telling you, people are gonna be looking at Fury like, hey, bro. And it goes back to what I'm saying. Fury's smoking mirrors, man. He had a lot of help with this title reign. He had a lot of help with his career. That's been exposed. It's been exposed. The man's not that good. The OG Mr. Mark back in that super chat, he said, what AJ may need to be concerned about, is we really don't know how durable Ngannou is. Let's not forget, this guy is used to getting hit with elbows. You better be careful and pace himself. And that's true. That's true. I'm picking AJ to win by knockout, but you let Ngannou hang around. The MMA guys are durable. I watched bits and pieces of, and this is kind of blasphemous, of the Jake Paul versus
Who?
Oh shit! Help me out, Tay Tay. Nick Diaz.
Oh, Nate Diaz.
No, Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz, his brother. And it was awkward and ugly looking. You know, Nate's not a boxer, but Nate was awkward. He looked drunk, and he's very punchy now. He take a lot of shots in the head. But one thing I did notice is that every time Jake hit him, he shook it off, and it's like, damn. MMA guys are built different. They're used to getting kicked upside the head, punched in the jaw, head-butted, all kinds of weird shit, man. All kinds of weird. They're durable on a level that boxers aren't used to. So that is a possibility. See, my brother Monster Musa says he got Francis by 8th round KO. All of that's possible. But y'all saw Fury hit Francis upside the head with an elbow. He didn't even flinch. I said, oh, come on, bro. And everybody saw it. It was like, he just hit him with a fucking elbow?
Yeah.
Another day at the office for Ngannou. Yeah, shook it off. He was like, oh, okay, we doing that? We doing that? You want to do that? Now, what if Francis threw a goddamn elbow? He'd have split his shit and retired him. Don't get into that with Francis. So I'm picking AJ for the win because Francis is not in his element. But I will say this, the longer the fight goes, the worse it becomes for AJ because AJ also has stamina problems.
I think we might see a knockdown though. AJ going.
Oh yeah,
down.
Definitely. You talking about Francis knocking down AJ?
We might
Marco,
see that.
if he knocks down AJ, AJ's losing the fight, bro.
There is a risk of that too.
Yeah. If he knocks down AJ and it's a clean, like he hurts him, no.
That's why it's exciting. But stop for a second and think about this. This dude has had one pro fight, boxing.
Mm-hmm.
What are we talking about here?
This is the sport today, bro.
One pro fight.
Yeah.
So if Ngannou gets knocked out the first round or gets boxed silly, nobody will be surprised because he's had one pro fight. Yet for some reason, which is because he looked good against Fury, we're giving him a chance. He shouldn't last one round on paper.
He's on paper, he shouldn't. But you know what I noticed? If you watch the Ngannou Fury fight, Fury tried to get him out of there with one punch. As soon as the bell rang.
And it didn't work, and he walked into a counter from Ngannou.
Yep.
Because Ngannou could take a punch.
And you know what I saw? Ngannou has not only a fighting IQ, he has a bit of a boxing IQ.
Oh, absolutely. He was countering. So this is why I think he might give AJ a problem. He's going to wait for AJ to come at him. That's why he'll be able to land punches because he can't outbox AJ, but he could come in and he's going to take a punch to give one.
Let me take a moment to shout out my brother Kenny, my brother KG. Salute to bullshitting on the Beltway. Salute to my brothers over there. My brother Oddfella, Kenny _. You know what I'm saying? My brother Mac. You know what I'm saying? My brother Cadillac Red. Jab Jamboree, Act Reacher. Kenny said something that was very, very key. I was listening to him one day. The better boxer doesn't always win. He said sometimes the better man wins. And the example that KG used, which was perfect, was Wilder Ortiz. Nobody concerned me about Deontay more than King Kong Ortiz. And he almost had Deontay. I'm talking about the first fight. He almost had him. He caught him with a counter left, and Deontay was on shaky legs.
Yeah,
and I remember being in the house screaming, hold on, hold him. And I said, shit.
That
damn.
fight, legitimately, if they would have stopped it, not that many people would have argued at the end of that round.
No, they didn't.
But they didn't stop, and look what happened.
Yeah, listen, Ortiz on paper, the Cuban style, boxer puncher, on paper, he's supposed to win that fight. Because remember, Deontay can't box and skinny legs, and Ortiz, I think, probably outweighed him by like 20 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
But Deontay was the better man. And I listened to my brother KG say that. I said, that's perfect. That's perfect. Deontay was simply the better man. And he did it to him twice. He out-toughed him, is what I'm saying. And that's the concern with this AJ Ngannou. Now, y'all can't call me a hater. I don't fucks with AJ at all. But I'm just giving you my opinion. AJ's supposed to win this fight. I'm picking him by knockout.
He should.
He should. But if this shit goes anywhere near the 8th round and AJ gets dropped, or he tries to get into the clinch and he does some feint where, oh, I'm going to throw him. And AJ's like, yo, is he going to throw me? And then he lets go of the clinch and then hits him with one of those goddamn barbaric right hands. If AJ gets hurt at any point in this fight, sayonara.
I think it's going to be similar to Mayweather versus Conor McGregor in terms of, I think Ngannou's going to get tired. And near the end, 7-8 rounds, I think AJ's probably going to stop him. So I don't think Ngannou's going to be hurt. I think he's just going to be tired and just be like, well, and take punishment and punishment.
Who has better stamina, Ngannou or AJ?
It looks like Ngannou.
You see?
It looks like Ngannou, but AJ's the past few fights, he's what he bulked down some of his muscle. He seems like he's keeping his
well, he came in at 250 versus Out of Ireland, wasn't he? He was like 250.
I don't know, but he didn't look tired. He looked pretty good.
Well, it didn't go all the way.
Right, true.
I mean, AJ notoriously, he gets gassed. So I'm not sure. Like the more I consider it, look, it's not impossible for Ngannou to win this fight. It's not impossible.
Well, let me tell you this: if I was AJ or his management, I wouldn't have touched this shit with a 10-foot pole. Like, what? Why? Why are you fighting him? What do you gain? Nothing.
Saudi money.
You could have fought a real fighter, and if you lose, at least you lose to a real fighter.
Well, I'll tell you why. There was no other direction for him to go but Deontay, and he's such a coward.
He could have fought that fight. He could have fought Zhilei Zhang. He could have fought. There's a couple.
They putting Zhilei Zhang in the ring with Parker. What was he going to do?
He could have fought Parker, even. He was supposed to fight Wilder, so fight the guy who won. Fight Parker. I'm just saying.
Saudis are dictating traffic over there.
I'm just saying, like.
The Saudis wanted AJ in the ring. Do you know AJ was talking about retirement?
No.
You know that? Well, I got to talk to you behind the scenes. I done said it. And that whole situation would turn me off from Anthony Joshua. I really don't fuck with this kid no more. I really don't. This kid is a coward. The shit that Tay Jones told me, and Tay Jones told me when he was out there. He's like, bro, guess what? And when he told me that, I was like, man, come on, bro. What? I can't believe this kid is a 6'5", 250-pound pussy. Like I said, AJ is the type of nigga, he'll show up to the club with the baddest bitch. Deontay will walk from the back of the club to the front, take his girl and stare at him, and AJ won't do shit. He'll go home. That's how afraid of Deontay Wilder he is. And I know I just pissed off all the trolls. Bring your ass in here. You already know what I'm going to do. But it's true. I wouldn't be saying it if I hadn't had confirmation that he's that pussy. That dude is a pussy. But I'm picking him to beat Ngannou. And if he fuck around and lose, to Ngannou, I promise you, I'm going to drag him some more. He is not supposed to lose to Francis Ngannou. He better win. Because I'm just going to go ahead and tell the truth.
At least
he better win.
At least they're fighting. Thank God for Saudi.
Yeah. Yep. Saudis is putting a lot of things on blast, so.
It looks like they're not making Tank fight, though.
That's a whole nother. Tank got to want to fight. You dig?
I was on Blue Show, Blue Bloods last night. We were talking about that. Yes. I don't know. He made that comment, you better send me 2 Ferraris. I mean.
You think he was trolling?
I was going to say, it sounds like he's joking.
Yeah.
But you don't know. I mean,
my problem is there's a lot of moving parts in here, and it's very simple. I think he was trolling because fuck around. Like I said this morning, he could go outside and those two Ferraris would be right in front of his damn house. But Al Heyman's in the way of this. He is. He's talking about call Al Heyman, call Al. Al's pulling a Bob. Remember when Bob Arum was protecting his investment with the Manny Pacquiao Floyd Mayweather thing? I understand business, but we ain't gotta like it. You know, Al is protecting his investment. Like, yo, bro, you know, look, you ain't got to do that right now because he's one of his top selling products.
Right.
You remember when Errol Spence got online on Twitter and said, "I feel like I'm being played," and we was like, "What does he mean?" Because it kind of like came out of nowhere. And then Bud, some time later, which I wouldn't have recommended, but he did it when he talked about the conversation he had with Al Heyman. Remember when Bud said, "Al Heyman told me I'm not letting anybody near this fight."
No.
That stuck out to me. I said, Bud's not lying about that. So Errol says, "I feel like I'm being played," because he wanted the Bud fight. Bud said, Al told him, "I'm not letting anybody near this fight." I said, Then the fight got made, and Bud thanked Errol several times. He didn't thank Al. Errol made that fight.
Who does Al advise? Bud or Errol or both? I don't even.
He's supposed to advise Errol. He's supposed to.
Okay.
But Siri, salute. I see you, brother. But you're seeing a lot of stuff. You're seeing a lot of stuff, and it doesn't take hard to put it together. I think Tank was trolling, but he's also restricted by who he works for. They blaming Al, and they blaming Floyd. They saying Floyd is responsible for all of this, and that's something you got to entertain. You know why? Do you remember when Floyd said out loud, "The Bud and Errol fight's not close unless I speak on it"? Do you remember when he said something to that effect?
No.
Chat, do y'all remember that? The fight's happening when I announced it. Do you remember when Floyd said that? Chat. Let me break out my champ side. Salute the champ side. Press 1 in the chat if you remember Floyd saying something to that effect. I remember that. That was crazy. I said, what the fuck does he have to do with this? Look, Hen Dog, Mark Wonderlick. Yo, I remember that. Look at the chat. I remember that. I said, what the fuck does he have to do with any of this? So when you put that into perspective, and Tank recently said, he said Floyd's name. He said, Al ain't doing this. This is Floyd. I was like, wait a damn minute. So there's a lot of fuckery in this.
Right.
Said all that to say this. At the end of the day, whether it's Top Rank, Golden Boy, Matchroom, D's Nuts, or the PBC, Al Heyman, Al ain't no saint.
Yeah.
Al is not no saint. I've been saying that. I looked at, what do I always say, chat? What happened to Deontay with Fury, with all this cheating shit, happened on Al's watch. They were supposed to protect that brother. And insult to injury, after Wilder Fury 2, I get home and turn on the damn TV. Larry fucking Merchant is sitting on the couch looking like a zombie. Bye-bye, Miss American Pie. Is this the last we've seen in No Offense, the Great Black Hope? I said, who the fuck let this hobo in to sit on the goddamn couch? Sean Porter sitting there smiling. I'm like, what the fuck? Who did this? Y'all don't remember who he is? He's part of the reason why Floyd left HBO. Shit like that. Get out of here. That made me look at the PBC strange. Everything I mentioned to you is 100% true. There's a reason why Tank said that shit about Floyd. Hey guys, listen. Let me talk to the Lomachenko fans. Listen. Y'all know Floyd is why Tank didn't fight Lomachenko 4 years ago, right? Y'all know that, right? Y'all know Floyd was responsible for that fight not happening. You do know that, right? Okay. I just want y'all to know that. I just want y'all to know that. Y'all do know that Bud and Errol should have happened when they wanted it. Didn't happen. That fight was ready when Errol walked up on Bud, you know, when they were in the hoodies talking to each other. That was when the fight was supposed to happen. Yep. When Bud was on Top Rank. It makes you wonder now. Look, man, I know Al is black and we protect everything black from racist attacks. All right? I'm not going to let anyone co-sign what I say about Floyd when they're known racist. I'm not having that. My argument with Floyd is not, it's not where you're coming from. Stay the fuck out of it. Let me call out the bullshit. Because it's coming from a different space in your heart. Get the fuck out of here. But don't think for 2 seconds I don't hold anybody accountable. Fuck out of here. I've been holding Al Heyman accountable. Put it together like Lego, man. This is fucking stupid. Al told Bud, I ain't letting no one near this fight. I believe him. I believe Bud. I believe when he said that. I said, damn. The rest of the shit was kind of like a trend. He didn't have to do it. He didn't have to do all of that. He could have just put that tweet out. Al said, blah, 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 blah. Errol says, I feel like I'm being played. They didn't want that fight, man. And what happened to Deontay happened on Al Heyman's watch. The PBC's watch. Everything. From him getting robbed, cheated, to motherfucking Larry Merchant being on a goddamn couch talking shit. Is this the last of the great black hope? If you didn't get offended by that, there's something wrong with you. Something wrong with you. I was like, who the fuck is asleep at the wheel? Floyd saying, hey man, that fight don't happen until I talk about it. What? What the fuck? What are you talking about? Oh, I see. We all been played. None of these sanctioning bodies, none of these promoters, these companies, none of them are our friend. That's why we love and respect the Haney so much. They are unrestricted free agents and they can go anywhere to make any fight. They're not tied down to one person. And right now they're giving us the best fights possible that they can give us. Or they're trying to. So I look at everybody suspect outside of them. So Tank asking for these goddamn Ferraris, it was a bit of a troll. But like our brother Tay Jones said yesterday, if those Ferraris were shipped to his house, Al Heyman probably stopped it at the airport. No, stop those shit. Send them back. That's my product we're dealing with here. Because what if the Ferrari show up to his house? What is he going to say? Well, you going to fight now? Now what? Now you got to fight. The Saudis are putting a lot of people on blast, man. A lot of people on blast. Either you're going to do it or you're not. You're going to do it or not. This is ridiculous at this point. This is ridiculous. So, to bring the conversation full circle, AJ got to win. Because if he doesn't, I'm just going to get on here and tell the truth.
No, he's done if he doesn't win.
Yeah, if he don't win, what does he do? Nothing. Well, I'm sorry. You know what he does? He does what Eddie Hearn tells him to do. That's fair.
He could keep fighting, but in terms of ever being a top 5 or a legitimate heavyweight threat, I think it's done at that point if he loses.
The man was talking about retiring, Marco. He was talking about retiring.
And you know, you've seen his temperament has changed quite a bit, AJ. He's not smiling all the time. He's trying to look hard. Maybe,
Yeah, he's this dude is a fucking. That dude is a pussy, boy. I'll tell you exactly what was relayed to me. And I just lost all respect. Before I was just, clowning, whatever. But I always thought, look, eventually he'll get in the ring with Deontay. No, that man is scared of him. That man is scared of him. I've never seen anything like this since like elementary school. With the fat bullies outside and the little frail kid, nerdy kid with glasses don't want to come outside. That type of fight. That type of fight. Or the bully that gets bullied by the new bully that comes to the school. And it's like, oh shit. Pussycat. Ridiculous. Mike 202, I agree. I agree. This is business. It's always been business. I'm not going to let anybody attack Al Heyman where it's coming from a place of bigotry and racism. I'm not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to call it how I see it. I've always called it how I see it. I called it after Wilder Fury 2. I said, Nobody in the PBC decided to stop this? You think Al Heyman didn't know about fucking Daniel Kinahan? You think he didn't know? That's bullshit, man. That was bullshit. So anyway, back to Tyson Fury. Can anybody make sense of why Jai Opetaia was removed from the camp? Let me go to Google. Let me see if there's any news about that, since I had a troll come in here. Oh, he already explained it, but explain why Wilder's ducking Zhang. As if we didn't speak on that. Assholes, man. That's how you know Deontay Wilder's the fucking people's champ. Because y'all can't keep his penis out your mouth. You guys are ridiculous. Now, there's several things going on. Jai Opetaia denies rumors that... Wait a minute. Let me go here real quick. He denies rumors that he dropped Fury in camp. But he was removed. Did he knock him down in camp? Now, look, you're not going to get a real answer from that. All we know is that, look, it's the same shit. He was removed from the camp. Words are important, ladies and gentlemen. He was removed from the camp. He was thrown out of the camp, or he knocked Fury down. You're not going to get an actual answer. It's like when Big Baby Jared Anderson took to Twitter. All we asked was, what happened? What's going on in the camp? Is there COVID? I remember people asking, are you okay? That's what was asked. Are you okay? And he said, I'm fine. Something to that effect. It was like, yo, does everyone have COVID? And then after that, he started giving these shaky answers. Well, probably, yes, but no, maybe so, but north, south, east, and west, right is left. We was like, nigga, we asked you a question. Do you have COVID? No, I'm on my way back to Ohio. Nigga, I ain't asked where you going. But we had good word that he was whooping on Fury's ass. So then people asked him, was you whooping on his ass? Is that why he stopped camp? And then he starts posting all these weird ass pictures. I said, I fucking hate this kid. It's like talking to a fucking 10-year-old. Hey, little Tommy, did you break the vase? You the only person in the room. Where my mama titty? Let me suck on my mama titty. Nigga, you're 10. You still sucking on your mama titty? She's still lactating for you? That's the problem right there. Newsflash, the longer you breastfeed your child, the better the brain development. That's a fact. But you know what? Men, you have kids? No. You tell them little fuckers, I'm taking those boobs back. They belong to me before you were born. I'm taking those back, all right? Get the breast pump. Give them the damn milk. Some of you sisters be having these kids latch on and they be like fucking 10 years old. That's called abuse at this point. What's wrong with y'all? Yeah, Mr. Shelton, I'm starting to think this little nigga's autistic. Yo, man, me and Healer was in Vegas, right? During the Wilder Fury fight.
You and who?
Healer, Focus Ball. He in the chat.
Okay.
And we saw him walking. Eating
Who?
Big Baby. Walking. He was eating like French fries.
Of course.
He had like a pep in his step. We looked. And you know, I like to go up and talk to anybody. But he had this aura like, don't bother me. I'm all about these French fries right now. And I looked at him and I remember saying, I don't like his energy. I remember saying that. There's a lot of fighters I walked past that I could have walked up and spoke to, but I didn't like their aura. I didn't like it.
I'm cool with Dimitri Salita, his promoter. And if you've heard him, he just shits on Dimitri. And I hit Dimitri up. I'm like, yo, why does Big Baby keep walking? He goes, I don't know. He goes, I give him opportunities. I don't get it. He just keeps shitting on him. Weird.
I got Salita's number. I forgot I had that shit. He did the show before.
Dimitri's cool, but like what?
He's mad cool, yeah.
Like, what are you shitting on? Like, maybe he's blaming Dimitri for his career not going well, but
it's going fine to me. He's undefeated. The toughest fight he had was against Charles Martin, and when Charles Martin started throwing punches at him, he looked lost. Like, what's this?
You talking about Jared Anderson?
Jared Anderson.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Big Baby Miller.
No, fuck Miller. I'm talking about Jared Anderson.
Dimitri promotes Miller, not Anderson.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about Jared Anderson.
Oh, Jared. Oh, really? So his aura was like not
his aura. I did not like it, bro. And that's another thing. Like, I might be digging too deep for this, but I don't trust the motherfucker that has a permanent smirk. I don't like. There's a couple of people in life I don't like. You ever saw someone that you could see their entire pupil, and that's just their face? It's like, nah, what's wrong with this motherfucker?
Yeah,
I don't trust a person that's like this all day. I don't like that. That's creepy to me. Also, Jared got this smirk. It's weird to me. There's two smirks. It's like the smart ass smirk. When he was eating those fries, he was like, I was like, hey, yo. Matter of fact, I think Healer might have said something to him. Like, yo. And he just kept walking like, and I was like, what the fuck is wrong with him? No, it was weird to me.
Yeah.
And I'm not overlooking, I'm not ODing when I say this, because I didn't feel like this before that. Well, I kind of did, but I said, oh, there go that nigga right there. And I'm looking at him, I said,
Well, anybody,
the aura's off.
You saw his interview with Roy, and how he has some emotional problems. You know what I mean?
He clearly did, and it showed. I didn't know that about him when I saw him.
Right, nobody did until he did that interview.
But what I'm saying is, I picked up that there was something not right with him. I picked it up. I looked. I said, "What the fuck's wrong with?" I said, I don't, something with that guy." That same day, right through the MGM Grand, I saw Edgar Berlanga walk in with his Brooklyn entourage, and I'm like, he's popping like this, and his whole aura was like, he was another dude. To me, it seemed like he was trying too hard.
Like what? His aura? He was like he was a rock star, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some of the entourage, you can tell it was family. You know, and I'm looking at him like, I mean, he's from Brooklyn, but I'm like, I get this thing in me, like, if I go up just to show you love and be like, yo, good luck tonight, you know, because he fought on that card. He got dropped in that fight too. He won.
That was a fight, yeah.
I was like, my biggest nightmare is to go show one of these fighters love and they act like an asshole to me. Because I know me. I know me. That's all I'm gonna say. I know me. I'm a humble dude. Hey man, yo, good luck, man. You do good work, blah, 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 blah. And if I get like a dirty look or I don't talk to nobody, I know me. I'm quick to be like, yo, fuck you then, nigga.
Yeah.
I'm quick for that.
Yeah,
fuck you and your mama. And her mama be standing right there.
Most people, like, who the hell wants to be treated like shit? You know, when you're
Yeah,
trying
bro,
to
like,
show some respect.
When we left the T-Mobile after Bud and Errol, I told y'all, I saw Keith Thurman. He was literally right there. And he was just with like one other dude. And I think he was turned up about something. Had he been calm, I'd have approached him like, yo, what up, man? I'd have threw the camera up.
He seems like he talks to people.
He does, but I can tell somebody set him off. So I said, let me not go over there because he don't know who's coming at him at random or whatever. He don't know.
Right.
He don't know. So I said, let me just leave him alone. Right. Then I found out later the word was some cats from Boots' team was in the arena taunting him.
Yeah,
that's what I heard.
I saw that video. He starts going back and forth with them.
Yeah, that's what I heard. So I said, you know what? He's turned up right now. Let me leave him alone. But he was literally 10 feet from me. I heard the voice. I said, oh shit, it's Keith. I took my phone out, but he was already talking to these other dudes and he was like screaming at them. And I said, let me not get in the way of that. Let me not get in the way of that because I know me. And at the end of the day, I'm a lot bigger than Keith Thurman. It ain't no refs in the street. I'll just say that. And that applies to all fighters. Ain't no refs in the street. I'm not a small guy. So let me save myself from myself because I know me. And I'll be YouTube famous again for different reasons. For strangling one of these pro fighters that y'all niggas dick suck all the time.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I don't really like going up to people unless I'm introduced through like a mutual friend or something like that.
Right. I don't even do that, man. So
Yeah,
anyway.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
Yeah. Anyway, but I brought up Jared Anderson because the word was he was putting the foo-flops on Fury, and that's why they shut down camp. He had to go drug up, and he avoided body testing by going to the UK. He cycled off, came back, and then got injections in his elbow. It was all kinds of weird shit going on there. And you can't pull that shit in Saudi, which is why he made Francis Ngannou look like an absolute rock star, knocked him down and all that. And a lot of people say Francis Ngannou won the fight. I don't think Francis won the fight. I think he won the drama of the fight.
Yeah, and boxing lost the fight. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it did. It did. And then he went from saying I'm facing Usyk on Christmas to hey, see you in February. I was like, oh shit, what's going on here?
As you should. Yeah.
Yeah. So now, in preparation, the results of that, thanks to Tyson Fury, because he was supposed to beat Francis Ngannou. The result of that is Francis is now getting second pro fight against Anthony Joshua, who refuses to fight AJ. We're going on year number 6 now with this bullshit. 6 or 7 with this bullshit. Okay, I'm done with that. Now, Ngannou's getting AJ, and Fury has the best cruiserweight in the world and puts him out the camp after 5 rounds. Y'all don't see, hey Drake, what up? Long time no see. Good to see you. Y'all don't see anything weird about this? Now, the fool that we had in the chat earlier that we matumboed, he said that he explained it. Did anybody look? The only thing that's explained that he says, everyone's saying, did you knock Fury down in sparring? And he's saying, based off what I said, what I've seen, unless there's more, he said there's no truth to that. Fine. We all know what happens in camp stays in camp. I've heard of camps having non-disclosure agreements like, yo, look, whatever happens here, you can't talk about it. You can't talk about it. Regardless. 20 years from now, you can't talk about it. And the only reason why we find out about shit is that sometimes people have moles in the camp. Ask Ryan Garcia about that. Are you okay? Ryan, are you okay?
That's not a mole. That's a dude who did it to him.
Yeah, he did it to him, and he was relaying the message. Everything he did, he called Tank on the phone and told him. That was insane.
He tried to make it seem like he was really checking up on him. He was just trying to shout him out.
That shit was crazy. That's the fight for Ryan right there.
That dude was, what was he? What country was he from?
I think he's
Asian, right?
He's Asian.
Like
he's
Japan?
Is he Thai? I think he's Thai.
Jack
I follow him on Instagram. He
thought he was Asian. Like Japanese, I mean.
no, he where was Chris John from? Is he from over there?
No, not Vietnam.
He's
Thailand, maybe?
no, Chris John he's Mongolian, thank you. He's Mongolian. That's what
Mongolian.
he is. Chris John was a Mongolian though.
Okay.
Chris John had an ill win streak too. People don't talk about him. He was an HBO fighter too. Chris John was nice.
Little guy, yeah.
Yeah, he was one of those small dudes, but he had like a crazy win streak.
So the next big fight is what? Usyk Fury?
Yeah, next month, Black History Month. Hey, Fury, do not lose on Black History Month.
Fighting on Black History Month. That's ironic.
Chris John was Indonesian. Thank you, Tim. He was Indonesian.
There
Yes.
we go.
Yo, listen, if Fury loses on Black History Month, all right, I ain't gonna say anything else. I'm just saying, guys, listen. The world is 360 degrees on axis. 100% you get what you put out. There's a lot of things that happen that are beyond your explanation. And it's never on your time, it's on God's time. And I just dropped the gem and y'all don't even fucking know it. And I'm not going to say anything else about it. But I'm actually looking forward to the Fury and Usyk fight. I jokingly, but not jokingly, when people say, well, who wins the fight? I'm like, I don't care if the building collapses on the ring in round one. Boom! I'm joking, but not really. We're going to see. Opetaia was removed from Fury's camp after 5 rounds. Bad move. If he was giving Fury that work, you keep him there. You keep him there. And say, hey, Tyson, you got to figure that out. I don't know. Pasta Coke.
Opetaia is what? British?
He's Australian, but he's Samoan.
Okay.
So he's fucking tough by nature. There it is. He's 6'2", cruiserweight champion, southpaw.
That sounds just like Usyk's stats.
Yeah. 5 rounds. Why would you put him out the camp? And then the explanation is there's not enough orthodox fighters. So you remove him? Who the fuck else you have in that camp?
Or why do they want an orthodox fighter if they're preparing for a southpaw?
That's kind of pretty before it gets started, ain't it?
Go! Thank you, Marco. Why? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? That's exact, bro. Where's it at? Look, there it is. Jai Opetaia has reportedly left Tyson Fury's camp. Now, look, language is important. There's an article saying he left. There's an article saying he was thrown out. There's an article saying he knocked him down. That no one knows.
Maybe they're saying that it's all too many southpaws and they won a couple. I don't know why they won a couple conventional guys.
But watch this. You got the best southpaw in the world, closest to Usyk, cruiserweight. Who do they have in the camp that's better than Jai Opetaia? When you get sparring, aren't you supposed to get the best sparring? Case in point. It's a lack of orthodox sparring in camp. Case in point. Did you know Tyson Fury paid Steve Cunningham to come help him work in the camp after Steve lost to him? Was cheated?
Nope.
Did you know that? Yeah. Steve talked about that. He was like, man, how the fuck? The guy robbed you. The guy cheated you. And then he invited you to the camp. Well, clearly it was about about the money. It was about the money. He says, all right, they paid him, and they paid him substantially to come work with Fury. They paid him. Here you have a case where this guy is still at cruiserweight, getting it done. The best one in the world. Southpaw, going to give you everything that you need. And they let him go? It doesn't make sense. Man, I'm curious now. I'm curious. What happens now? What happens now? What happens if the same Fury went in there with Ngannou getting knocked on the floor? Well, you can't do anything about his, shape. He's built like a fucking. You ever held clay in your hand when you was a kid and squished it? That's Fury's physique. And he bruises easy. What y'all talking about? Charles Martin versus Derek Chisora? Nah, Mo. Charles Martin beats the shit out of Derek. I disagree, bro. Charles Martin beats the shit out of Derek Chisora. Make that fight. I'm going to call Charles Martin today. Fuck that. Derek's not retired. That's a nice undercard. Charles Martin beats him. Give Charles Martin a whole camp. And he beats the shit out of Derek Chisora. Derek Chisora has too much mileage on him. Charles Martin beats the shit out of Derek Chisora. He knocks him out, bro. Nah. Nah. Has anybody seen Dillian White? I mean, I'm not looking for him. I'm just curious. What happened to him? Oh, you can't use the term curious with Dillian White.
What are you, a homo?
Nah. Hustle's home. Where you been? Good to see you. Yeah, Jay. Charles Martin washes Dillian White too, man. Those guys are done, man. Derek Chisora does not beat Charles Martin. Dillian White does not beat Charles Martin. At all. So it sounds like we're getting a clean, drug-free Tyson Fury out of a camp. And Mr. Pete Depps, exactly. And he's going to be going. He needs to go into this fight with minimum damage. And the fight is around the corner. The fight is like in 2 weeks, right? 2-3 weeks? He can't be in there getting fucked up by Opetaia right now. You can't do that. More and more, I'm leaning towards Usyk during this fight. Before, I was like, man, nah. If this fight was like in the UK somewhere, I was like, nah, this guy's going to get on that Bane juice and it's going to be over with. Aaron Brooks, salute. He said Fury built like a bad shaped skateboard. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So in that fight, I'm leaning towards Usyk. The man just fucking put out Opetaia. I'm gonna do more research and I'm gonna try and find out what really happened with that. You're not gonna get any, unless Ja just says it. You're not gonna find out if he was knocking Fury's head off around the ring. But I'll know when he starts giving politically correct answers. Oh no, I did what I had to do, and it was 2 weeks out, 2-3 weeks out. We did some work, and he learned what he learned, and it didn't matter. Didn't matter, so I had to leave. Yeah, 5 rounds. He was brought in for just 5 rounds. I think in those 5 rounds, Jai made a statement. This is what Usyk is going to do with the foot movement and everything else. But I'm letting you know right now, if you still have this belt and you're not retired by the time I get the heavyweight, this is what you got waiting for you. I'm going to fuck you up. Bang, 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 bang. 5 rounds. I said, no. Get out. Get out, get out, get out. No. Park your bombs and get out. Get out, out. See the door? That's the door. Bye. Fury is built like the Michelin Man on crack. Fury is built like a bag of rocks. You ever put rocks in a bag? A sack of potatoes. He's shaped like a barrel of laughs. Man, fuck out of here. Anyway, that's no secret. I hate Tyson Fury. It's no secret. But it's crazy how Jai Opetaia was put out of his camp. That doesn't make any sense. Now, had I heard, hey, man, we got good work and we had Jai Opetaia in here, I'm like, oh, okay, that's a good move. Honestly, that's a good move. But you put him out the camp after 5 rounds. What happened in those 5 rounds? This is what they said. Because there was a lack of orthodox sparring from Fury's camp. What the fuck you need orthodox sparring? Huh? Man, they needed to shut up with that. This is just like the COVID excuse. We're leaving COVID spreading through the camp. Pass the coke. Everybody from the camp. Yo, you got COVID? You all right? No, I'm good. I'm watching this UFC event. Hey, Jared, do you have camp? No, Mom. I mean, do you have COVID? No, Mom. Please pass me the milk. So this nigga don't got COVID. So who has COVID? Wait a minute. Get someone. What do you mean? He's not in Vegas. Where is he? He's in the UK. How'd he get there? With flying restrictions. His daughter's sick. He has COVID. What the fuck? Wait a minute. What's happening? Then they fly back. They changing the referees. Stop. I'm really interested to see what happens in this Usyk fight. Fury's supposed to win, but we don't know. So salute to everybody in the Venmo, the Zelle, the Cash App, the Super Chat. Much love and appreciation to everyone who came through. We're going to head over to the General. You know what I mean? Follow all of my brothers and sisters. I'm saying the General. We're going to be bullshitting on the Beltway later. You know what I mean? We got the Tuesday tussle tonight. Stormy B-Man. You understand? We putting in work. You understand? We making moves this year. Y'all gonna see what I'm talking about. Go subscribe to Bear Cave Entertainment. We're gonna be getting our nerd on every Friday on Bear Cave. No boxing on Fridays unless it's the eve of a big fight. All right. So with that being said, I'll catch you on the rebound. Bronx on deck.
Move!
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.